right? Because your life has a meaning. And so it's still judgmental, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you decide that Jesus spending time with sinners, yeah, the naked, hungry, poor, these people are actually truthfully more important, Ben.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what you're saying. Dashtons is looking shiny today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
gold.
He's in the anointed one.
Hmm. Oh, I'm here. What's up?
Grace, you want to take it for a minute?
No. I got it.
Okay.
What's
going on? Well, Ashton, we're moving out today. We're getting home free.
Are you never going to be in that apartment again, or are you just going to keep that apartment and move out to a different place?
No, our lease ends today, the end of the month.
Oh, so long.
Well, it's been a good 24 months. We were actually only here for 5 of those 24 months. So we got some issues with the landlord, but we're happy to be moving out. What a great time to move, May 1st, don't you think? Into an RV. It's a great time because you don't need air conditioning, you don't need heat, you know what I mean? So when summer comes, it gets a little more dicey.
Now you're free, like the hippies that you were.
Yeah. Now we can travel. We have every incentive to travel. We could come see you down in Tejas.
Yes.
We love Texas. We were in the Port Lavaca, Corpus Christi area last time, and Dallas, Fort Worth. Loved it. Loved both those places. Duck, do you know Dash?
Ben, I'm going to get back to work.
Okay.
Yeah. See ya.
But if you guys want to try
Jeremy's been saying he wants to talk to you. I don't know. It sounds to me like your issue with him was more that you didn't want to facilitate him being humiliated by us, but that doesn't prevent you guys from interacting. And like I said, the boat's kind of on the table.
Yeah, I don't think anything productive is going to come from meeting up with Jeremy, but if you want to try to save the ark, let me know. We'll try to figure something out.
Lalo has been willing, to fly in. So I don't want, it seems like everyone's like, I could work with this person, but not that person, but not this person. And my thought would be whatever can facilitate content, we'd be in favor of.
Ben, I have a content idea for Christian King and OPC. So really hot button things, sex sells, violence sells. So more than autoeroticism, the masturbatory, salvatory narrative hidden in Luke that Catholics and Eastern Orthodox still won't accept.
Yep, I
Can
don't
you
know.
explain that?
I don't know what that means, but
yeah, if you read these explicit lines in between the lines, Jesus says cranking down on it or gooning, however you guys go about describing it. These are still the sort of core.
You mean the eye? If your eye offends you, pluck it out. If your hand offends you, cut it off.
Yeah,
you think
of
that's
course.
about masturbation.
Yeah.
Does seem to be
spilling seed. Yeah, because spilling. One might say that spilling seed is still occurring in the kingdom of God, right? This is what a nun would remind you of, and so you can't really spill seed in God's kingdom if God's catching the. If God and I don't. This is actual theology. If God's catching the load, you can't be spilling the seed.
So you're saying like maybe we could do some eye plucking on stream and hand cutting off? That would be epic content.
Of course, what does it mean to be a Catholic? If we really are honest with ourselves, people like J.D. Vance would admit that being a Catholic is talking about where God's kingdom starts and ends. And then when you're participating in God's kingdom, does that change where God's kingdom is?
Sure. Good stuff.
Thank you.
OPC, any thoughts about that? Do you think our Lord is in some sense referring to the act of self-abuse as it would be euphemized?
Oh God, no.
Can't say that I've ever heard that interpretation, but
the eye and the hand, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of a obvious.
Stupid.
You're saying
that's just 2026.
So I do know that there was, I believe, a saint who castrated himself to prevent himself from.
That's
engaging
like
in sinful
I
acts.
believe it's origin, but it's a legend. I don't think it really happened. But You could say he took it literally.
Yeah. Did he have a happy body that didn't decay in the Catholic tradition too?
He's not a saint, but he's respected as a theologian, but he had views which were later corrected, so he wasn't a saint.
One miracle for the ballless wonder Saint Donglis.
Sorry, guys, we don't know whether he was intact or not, but there's some speculation that he took that verse literally. I don't know that there's enough evidence to say that definitely happened. Dashtons, you had some thoughts about that?
I just want to like, hey, like these people are arguing about all this I'm saved bullshit. I'm like, what? Yeah. And then like you only saved one time. Wait, what? I'm still waiting to be saved again, bitch. What the fuck? I seen and he said, I'm here to save Selena. And I'm like, that's what happened. So that sounds whatever, like y'all are booky.
I tend to think people talk about that too much. Like exactly how you get saved.
You get in his presence.
If you get saved or not. I tend to think that God is wants us to be his children, and we don't really, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, it's not that complicated.
So Dashtons, I can give you just in a nutshell, the argument is that if you are given eternal life, it lasts forever. So if it didn't last forever, so some people
now we're in a body, and this body has its own, it'll just decay and all that bullcrap but we're a time capsule of the past, present, and future of it, and we bring it with us with that ball of light, and that's about what you did. And like you can communicate with spirits because they're like literally still with us in the afterlife and here. Past, present, and future still in the energy or whatever the fudge, and now we're in this walking thing.
Yeah, like I think we can communicate. We have the communion of saints, so those who have gone before us will pray for us. Like I think that's definitely true. I think maybe OPCS non does not think that. I don't know. That is something that a lot of times people get into as well.
So there's a passage in the book of Hebrews that says that the saints. There's a witness of saints. They can see what's going on, know what's going on the earth. But I think we don't believe that they're like omnipresent and omniscient. Like they can't communicate with everyone at all times like God can. You know what I mean? So if you're praying to saints, like how many phone calls can you get at once, I guess?
We can have people that are one with us to communicate.
Do you think the problem is that those who have gone before us
in our head
still have ears that can only take a number, like only can listen to one person at a time?
Well, I mean, say someone in China is praying to Saint Rita at the same time. It's like, are they given, like the Bible doesn't clarify how that works. It does say they're aware of what's going on, but it doesn't say that they're like.
I try to communicate with the spirits one at a time, even if they're like all around. When they're all around, if there's like crowds of them, and that's another thing to do. Like, what would you do if you had a crowd of spirits around you? Would you do it individually, or would like you two at once? What the heck? I mean, sometimes when you're listening to a spirit that wants to talk like me and go like, blah 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 blah, you can tune out and then tune into something else, like this dog or some crap that is in this realm of I got to pick up the spirit. Yeah. So and then you go back to that person that's all talking with their hands and then they're still talking. It's like, oh crap, I did not get to pick up on what they were saying, but they're still talking. And that's just how that goes. It's up to you to listen to all what the spirit says and then tell a person or whatever. Like an angel said, I'm here to no. An angel said, I'm going to show you your testimony of God, and then you have good chambers. So she mentioned God, and then she said, my testimony. What does that mean? Just intervene with you right now or whatever? What is it? What else are you going to show me? Because this dude's lighting up a cigarette, and I got to get the freak away from him because you ain't protecting me from that because it still got in my face. Excuse me. And that's how that happened. And I walked away because I couldn't get away from the big cloud of smoke, and he's all like, oh, angels are all around us. I'm like, well, have you ever seen them like this before? Because this is our only time to see this angel, and your passed away ex-wife that's black and has diabetes, and she still wears high heels, and she still showed me her favorite verse from a Bible that I don't have to read, but I read her favorite verse from the Bible in spirit, like it's like invisible in front of me or whatever. So awesome, huh? Badass, huh? Fucking, it's real. And I could see how they write and everything. And she showed me they didn't have electricity back then. They had a box that was wooden with like wooden pieces, like, you know, like one piece here, one piece here, instead of like just all in a square, but it was in a square, like made that way. And she would read the Bible stuff. They would smoke and stuff, and they would just hang out in that no electrical place or whatever, a duplex and stuff. And I'm just getting all this stuff, you know, like, so watching a video of your life, and it's your life. If it sucks, it sucks, and it's there. It's there. It doesn't make a difference. It's being recorded, and it's able to be picked up on. No judgment. Just watch it and let. Angel said, "I'm going to show you testimony of God in yoga chambers." So she said God, and then she said good chambers and all that bullshit. What does good chambers mean? I don't know. People, there's multiple answers to that. It could be, what is good chambers? What, my layer of my homes, or my light chambers of my heart, the way I communicate in my chambers and my chakras or fake stuff or whatever you want to talk about. Even though you are a soul that lights up most colorful bullshit.
Lord talks about there were many mansions in my Father's house. Maybe that's similar.
Chambers. You have good
chambers. Mansions.
Did I have good chambers, or did this other dude have good chambers? Is Angel messaging me to talk to him, or is it talk to me? I was like, I don't know what to believe. That would be fun to get that compliment from me, but I think it might be for this person. Maybe, who knows? Because the angel is still around that person, and I'm like, well, then, damn. Because when I walked away, it was still there. Did not go away. I could look around and all this stuff. It was still glowing up in there. It was so cool, and not many days like that today's. So. Once says, what did that even mean? Once seen and always be seen? No, you have to get back to trying to see in the spiritual world again and again and again. You start from scratch every day. Jeez, right?
OPC, what do you think about that response?
I was going to ask him about the vampire slayer thing.
It's my
how does that work?
It's just my philosophy.
Have you actually slayed vampires?
In this world, so we're all going to live in it, and y'all are mad about it. Thank you. I just want everyone to live in the vampire slayer world and like recognize, like, I think that's the way to be a good person and stuff, like in those situations, if anything's to happen with all these monsters and stuff, which like in the afterlife, we're safer here than in the afterlife because they have so many monsters and creatures there or on this earth and this whatever plane. And there might be other crap I don't know about, but that's a guess. So I only know go by what I got. And
Dashtons, do you see a vampire as someone who like tries to take the life out of people, like
no.
whether it's blood or not? No,
I just like that as a good horror movie. That's the bomb.com.
Oh, I never saw that. Yeah,
every single episode is the bomb. I just believe like that's heaven.
What's her name? Sarah something.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is my goddess.
Michelle Gellar. Oh, okay.
And, oh God, yeah, that's a heavenly. That's right there. I want to repeat her whole entire everything she's ever been in. I want to repeat every single act. And you know what I mean?
I don't know much about her. She's gorgeous though.
Totally. Yes. They canceled the Buffy the New Sunnydale on Hulu, but they're going to try to redo it, another pilot, because some douchebag proudly said that he never watched the show. And I'm like, what? That's my religion, yo. Go watch that show. Like, next to my religion, you know, like seeing Jesus and everything, and then having this. I want to make movies and direct people and stuff like that, and be in movies, like, and just live in that world. So that's my philosophy.
The only thing I know about Sarah Michelle Gellar is that they were doing that thing where they take your head and they put it on a porno body, and she was trying to get them to stop doing that. You know what I mean?
I don't remember that, but I don't know.
you know they did, like they'll make her look like she did pornography by putting her head and photoshopping it onto something else. And I understand that she felt like
that's head on Jennifer Aniston's body.
Something like that, yeah.
Sure, I'm sure everybody does that.
I mean, I've done that in my head with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Not like so much on the screen, but like who wouldn't, right? Am I right? She's gorgeous.
Definitely. Totally. So like, yeah, whoever thinks about what that hasn't seen what and what hasn't think about now, you can think about it. Like
OPC, have you ever watched Buffy this Vampire Slayer?
No, I think the only thing I've seen with Michelle Gellar is the Scooby-Doo movie. I think she played Daphne.
Yeah, but that's not Buffy. But I mean, they call.
Yeah, I don't know Buffy at all. I've never watched that.
Don't know Buffy at all.
Was she like a Christian as a vampire? Would she use crosses and stuff, or?
She's like the savior on Earth itself. The Slayer, almost like that. I mean, that's what you can see her as if you want to. But like, yeah, because she's
holy water crosses.
She's busy saving the world. Does she have time to say, accept Jesus into her heart? I'm sure this is the heart of Jesus already going, and then accepting Jesus in her heart, more maximum power.
Yeah,
basically.
Cool. It sounds very Catholic. I love it.
Yeah.
We have to slay the vampires.
God, yes. Right. Like, we have to experience everything.
Any further questions, OPC? This is a good kind of religious debate. I think it's very positive. Oh,
yeah, okay, no, I actually got to get back to work, but I just thought, like, I just put the word out there. If you want to do something this weekend, you know, I'm open to it.
Yeah, I haven't heard much from Terry. Did Terry seem receptive? I know that.
Terry said no. He said he didn't think he could make it. He's scared of the Irish.
Well, there's always, New Bedford, Fall River. That's the Portuguese, like, sort of homeland. So I don't know if that's too far for you or Jeremy or whatever. But I would say there's Worcester, Boston, Fall River, Providence, New Bedford, or we could come up to the main area because you apparently you have a place where the boat can.
Yeah,
go?
And maybe maybe the boat content is the thing to do, but
yeah,
I'm just hesitant if he doesn't have a way to tow it, you know what I mean, and you guys aren't going to work together, then how's the boat not just going to sit there? Which is fine with me too.
Love boat.
Well, the boat isn't running and isn't registered right now, so I would have to put some work into the boat, and either we register it in Maine or we register it in Rhode Island.
Exactly right, yeah, and I think we need to have someone commit. I asked Tom the other day about it, and he got back to me, but he didn't mention anything about it. I just think that he's not going to do anything until he can, in my mind, it's like seeing that it's a real thing, it can work, then maybe he'll jump on, but.
Yeah, and I can get my shellfish license in Maine, and we can start up here. And if we're making money, we can just say, Tom, this is a profitable venture. You ought to be a part of it and see what he says.
Yeah, I don't see why that would be a bad thing for anybody. And Maine's a little. I mean, I know you have like coastlands, but like it maybe even though the Narragansett Bay here is not very, it's not very challenging in terms of boating, and that boat is kind of made for this bay. It may be easier to start on freshwater, a lake or something like that. Although I know you can't really shellfish in a lake, but whatever.
Yeah, the place where the boat is going to be stored is right down the road from a lake that's got enough draft to put the boat in and play around with it and try it out.
Yeah, and he could. But I don't know. We have, his mother has a vehicle. I don't know if it's his that can tow.
Yeah, no, it's his. That Mercury belongs to Tom.
Oh, okay. So he'd just have to put a ball on it and he'd be fine.
He has a ball. He's all ready to do it. He could do it if but I guess, you guys can't work it out personally, but he does have the, because he hauled the trailer when he moved the stuff from the garage.
Oh, right.
He does have a ball.
So,
yeah, he has a trailer ball.
Yeah, so I got no problem with that, but I don't know, maybe you could contact him. I don't have any problem with him.
I have contacted him. I messaged him with Grace and I in a group message, and he did reply. But I'll let Grace. It's between you guys. I'm not going to get in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the summer, and actually he's graduated, so he wouldn't have to come back to school in the fall. But where he'd live and all that stuff. I understand that's somewhat up in the air, but I mean, if you're capable of showing him how to do that, I think that's a pretty good job for a young man who, like, especially since you already have the boat,
I'll tell you the situation of what's going on up here. We don't really harvest the hard clams, the cohogs. We do the soft shell clams, and we have these things called surf clams. And so I've done the research about where are the hard clams in Maine, and there is no research. Even like the Maine Department of Environmental Resources and the nobody knows. They said we know they're here, but nobody's harvesting them, so we don't know the numbers.
Interesting. Why? Because
so
not
it's basically It's just there's more profitable things. Like the lobster is the big industry. Like if you have a boat in the water, you're going to go after the big money items.
Right.
And so it could be, virgin ground, it could be the best clamming ever, or it could be that we just don't have the right conditions for those types of clams.
Right.
And so it's kind of a crapshoot. But if we get the shellfish license and we're making money, Tom might decide to get on board.
And like if he was, if he wanted to do the streaming thing too, like obviously there's 2 income streams. Even if you don't find the clams, you could be making money. And I think like down here from what I saw, and I think you saw this too, the older folks who've been doing that their whole lives would love to see a young man kind of, give it a whirl. They're very supportive.
I didn't really tell you this, but so there's 2 guys that the harbor master knows that were willing to take him out. I contacted, there's a guy that abandoned a boat at the wharf that I thought I could buy for nothing for Tom. We couldn't get yours. He's one of Ron's schoolmates. He knows Ron really well.
Oh yeah.
And he talked about giving Tom some gear and stuff just because he's done. He's Ron's age.
Right, isn't that? Yeah, isn't that? It's just like amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much available, so little risk. But I mean, I guess that's why young guys don't do it. I don't know, they think like Tom wanted to do this thing of like a 5-year architecture program at a local school, which is easy to get into, but I mean that's such a big financial commitment.
Well, you heard
why
Jeremy
not give it a
saying
year between just to kind of make sure, before you make that commitment.
Yeah. But Jeremy was saying he doesn't want to work. And if you're going to make money clamming, you make as much money as how hard you're willing to work.
Well, Jeremy at age 35 doesn't want to work. I mean, like,
yeah. And I think that's the problem with the clamming. That's the problem with the clamming industry. There are not a lot of guys that want to go out there and break their back. They make good money, but you got to get out there and work.
Jeremy has no problem working hard, and Tom also is a hard worker. I know that for a fact. They both work for other people for crap money. Neither of them, I don't think, were ever fired from a job. So it's not like, I don't know if I'd throw Lalo out there and say like, oh, this guy's a hard worker, because I don't think he's ever done manual. He didn't even clip his own toenails until he was 18 years old. So, but these 2 guys, Jeremy worked in a food truck. That's hard work. Jeremy's used to kitchen work. Tom worked at a rental place, hauling stuff. And
I've been very impressed with Tom. Yeah, I'm very impressed with Tom's work ethic. That's why I was hoping Tom would sign up for this instead of Jeremy. Jeremy might do it, but I just feel like if he was a hardworking guy, he would be further ahead in life than he is right now.
What if you kind of just play the role of a boss and tell them what to do and say, I will pay you, just because the funny thing is most men want to work on their own. You and I are like that. But these guys seem to think the only type of work is working for another man. So why not just say, okay, I'll be your boss. I'll tell you what to do. And you know what I mean? Like, okay, play that role. Jeremy, I need you up here at 8:00. He might just show up.
Well, the issue is to harvest the shellfish, you have to have a Maine license. To have a Maine license, you need to be a Maine resident. So I would be the only one that could actually do the work up here. Tom could get his license in Rhode Island.
How long does it take to be a resident?
I really don't know about that, but I think he would have to. I don't know. He'd have to look into it. We could do that.
What I'm saying is, I'm just saying, almost as just a LARP, just to say, I'm the boss. I'm the main guy, literally MAINE and MAIN. I'm the HNIC. So like, I want you guys up here. I'm willing to do this. We're willing to, whatever with the boat, if they want to work something out where they can eventually buy it, one or both of them or neither of them, you know what I mean? Like, it's a really good situation, but maybe I think Jeremy tends to be passive. I think Tom tends to be passive. I understand that Tom's still in school, but I mean, it's a month and a half. So how hard would it be to come up on the weekend? Whatever.
So I actually have a demo job. A friend of mine just bought a bank foreclosure. It needs a new kitchen. It needs new flooring. And so there is work, even if the first thing we have to do is find out, are there clams here? Is there a viable business? Then we say, okay, we could hire Jeremy and Tom and pay them a fair wage. But Right now, we don't even know. Nobody seems to know what the hard clam population in Maine is right now. And so
Yeah,
we'd
but I
have
mean,
to
with
go
a
up there and
boat,
actually start
just like
looking.
whatever it is, you left us those beautiful lobster traps. Whatever, I don't know. You know the business better than I do. What would be required, and even
Yeah,
if
so
you
the
were
lobster trap.
nominally the guy doing it, I think you can have people assist you as long as you don't overfish, right?
Yes, like Jeremy could pick the clams. He just isn't allowed to harvest them. Like I don't know if you're familiar with how that works. You pull up a rake full of clams and shells and smalls and crap, and you
Yeah,
dump it on a
you
tray and you
measure
sort it.
them, right? Yeah,
And so that's the picker. The picker does that. Jeremy could do that. You don't need a license for that.
right.
He won't be allowed to put the rake down and harvest.
Well, I'm
But
just
yeah, no,
saying.
I think
I'm just saying, even if you don't do it commercially day one, you can do it recreationally. I know that you can get a
yeah,
recreational license. That could be streamed. Jeremy likes streaming, right? He says, I'm a streamer. So, like, you're already making money and learning the business. And then who needs to get what license? How do you get, like, official? Right? Like, I do believe the state of Maine wants. It'd be great publicity for the state of Maine, right? I mean, this is like the core of the romance of what Maine's all about, right? Young men making a living, lobstering, shell fishing. They're not going to have a problem with it. No one's going to have a problem with it. But, you can lead a horse to water. That's the problem with Jeremy and Tom, honestly.
Well, I have a lot of faith in Tom. I think Tom, if there was he wants to make money for college. And so if there was a good income, I think Tom would be a lot more interested than just where it's like kind of a speculation right now. Jeremy, I just don't know. I don't know. Like he wanted everybody to see him digging that hole, but he took like 4 days to do it. And I don't know. I just don't know.
But he also worked in a kitchen for 2 months. I believe he did. I believe he worked hard. So like maybe he just needs this kind of concept of a boss. And, if he fucks around, he gets fired. Even though I understand what you're saying is like, well, you kind of get what you give. Maybe he just operates better. Because I know that Grace's mother was one of these people, like, it was with the customers, but like she worked super hard when there was pressure. And then when there wasn't, she just refused to do anything. Which is weird because... especially if you own the business, you would think it would be like, okay, even when the business was losing money, she worked really hard. I don't know. It's like some people need that fear, that pressure, what I would call the Protestant sort of mentality, the work ethic. And you're Protestant, so like, why not try to work them? And, say like, okay, guys, I want you here this day. I'm just saying, I know it's like kind of silly in a way, but maybe they just need to feel like there's someone directing them, and they'll actually appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it, but I guess my biggest concern would be I don't want it to be drag your simp to work like you're doing with Grace, drag your daughter to work day.
Yeah.
If he's not going to be motivated to like, if I have to like ride his ass all the time to try to get him to do anything, I'd rather just go do it myself.
I agree. Yeah, I do. I do think that is an issue.
So I don't know. Yeah,
he's so passive, but I do think he does have a different mode where he does things. But I do get the sense, probably from what I know about kitchen work, although he worked for his family's food truck, so he was largely a self-starter in that way. But yeah, like. He does have a mode in which he works hard, probably harder than Tom, because he's had a lot of little jobs. I mean, he's 35 years old. He hasn't been living off his parents ever, I think. So it's there, you know what I mean? But you have to tap into it. And I get how you say, like, well, I don't want it being done. Like, I just am not comfortable being that kind of boss, but.
Well, no, I can crack the if I have to, but I just like I guess my question is why isn't he further ahead in life at 36 if he's willing to work hard? I would think he would have a home and like he'd have savings and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think he always, whenever he's doing one job, he's fantasizing that my real true calling is to be a comic or a musician or, that kind of thing. And my sense on that is that that comes from when he was a skateboarder. You know, that's that kind of same thing as like, okay, I'm gonna be able to do exactly what I love doing, and you know, not having a plan B or a way to, let's say, a way to like pay the bills until that takes off. It's kind of all or nothing. Do you know what I mean? He has the dream, follows the dream, then drops the dream, does something practical, then drops that to do the dream. Instead of like, I think you and I would both say, hey, Jeremy, why not have something that pays the bill as you're building the dream? And if the dream takes off, drop the other thing, right? I mean, that's the normal sense of things. But I get that you say like, well, why can't it happen? I don't know. Maybe he's just never had that person to, you know, help him do that. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it, but the first thing is we just got to get the boat running. We have to make sure the gear is going to work. The other thing that kind of concerns me about Jeremy is like we're known for our rocky coast, and like if he runs that boat aground, yeah, like that replacement.
He hit his head on a rock. He's not a rock.
Yeah, so the replacement cost on that motor is $13,000, and so if I can't trust him to like take the boat alone, like
and he's drinking. And all that stuff.
Yeah, like those are all issues that like you have to think about before you. Well,
maybe if you had a simple, and I'm not you mentioned it, but like I get it, but like if you just say, okay, I could use help for 3 hours today, and either you sink or swim. If you come here drunk, bye. But if you work hard for 3 hours, okay, we'll take it to the next step. There's no need to do more than that.
Yeah, but I feel like John Galt already kind of did that. You know, and it didn't work. I don't know.
But I'll tell you with John Galt, I think he's like John Galt had him doing stuff that he wasn't really supervising very much and just assumed Jeremy would know what to do. I don't know. It's if you guys are two guys working on the job. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying. I fully sympathize, you know.
Tom loves that boat. Tom was like checking every little like I would trust Tom to take the boat out by himself. Yeah. No problem. But I just don't know that Jeremy has the care about other people's property and that kind of thing. Whereas I would 100% trust Tom to do this stuff.
Yeah, the idea with Jeremy like helping Grace move out, he did do some stuff, but also we weren't really like clear that it was a job. You know, it was kind of this half content, half job. You know how that goes. So you're kind of like, well, it's hard to focus on the job if you're also doing content. And then his thing with Grace is another thing in the mix. So I think you can easily get confused and just start drinking and go, well, you know what I mean? But if it was more clear, I think he would have. And Grace said, like, I was doing a lot of stuff where it was, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just need unskilled labor. The boxes are packed, just move them into the truck, take the truck somewhere and drop them off. It wasn't like that. It was a lot of like stuff that only she knew what she wanted to do with. So he was standing around a lot. So I wouldn't say that was a total L, but I also would say it wasn't like a resume that like this guy's a worker, super solid, and I can give him something to do. And he'll, I think he's the type of guy, probably if there's stuff that you should like motivate and sort of, you know, be your own boss and like kind of use common sense. Probably that's not.
Yeah, and like if you're going to be a commercial fisherman, you have to get up early, rain or shine. You got to rake clams, whether it's winds blowing, rain's falling, hail, sleet. You know, you've got to get your quota caught. You know, it's just the fact of life. You have to be self-motivated.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I just don't.
But
see
maybe
if
they were partners or something. I'm just saying, if they were partners, like maybe Tom would say, "All right, Jeremy, we got to fucking go out there." You know what I mean? Like it's just, you know, I don't know. Yeah. You know, it just seems like if there's money, if there's money to be made, young men should, and you don't need to go to school for 5 years to make it. Like, come on, you know. But.
So I'll tell you that I had a friend that used to work at the docks in Gloucester, and he said the lobstermen would come in and get into Jaguars, and like I told you about my friends, they would buy new trucks when their tires wore out. There is very good money that can be made, but you have to work for every penny.
Well, I was reading
nobody passes you a paycheck.
New Bedford, the fishing fleet, like there were some issues, but like at one point they passed because you know the Russian boats, the Chinese boats were infringing because there was this law that you could come really close to the coast, and then they moved it out, and like the Portuguese New Bedford people were like kings, you know what I mean? Like these are blue collar people who are making crazy money because now they
The
had
whale
something
ship.
like 100-mile access. Yeah, New Bedford has the history of the whaling ships, but and that was in the
There's
70s
always
and
been
80s,
money.
and they said it was like really good fishing. And then the federal government started coming in and limiting the catches, so it became more problematic. But
Yeah. So the
for a
thing
while there, they were
that
doing
I'm
great.
somewhat excited about as far as the clams go is in Rhode Island, the best commercial license you can get, and they sell them for like 15 grand. You look on Marketplace if you want to buy a commercial shellfish license, it's a lot of money. In Maine, you can just buy it for like $100 and there's no limit. So
Oh, really?
if we get up there and we get 30 bushels, we can make over the figure we quoted Tom per year.
Yeah, really. Wow.
So it's an untapped resource, but we don't know how much is out there and like how
Yeah,
easy it
and
is to have.
I know the demographics of Maine. It's similar to Rhode Island, but even more so. That population is aging, and so a lot of young people leave for Boston, Portland, New York, or to go to college, right? So
Yeah,
I would
and they won't
think
come
the
back.
wages are good because it's not like you have tons of Mexicans going up there, taking all the blue collar jobs. It's not really true. Demographically, you've got this, reverse. You've got an aging population. All the jobs that young men would naturally take, there aren't enough young men to take them. So I could see it being pretty good pickings because the culture is directing them elsewhere. Whereas, like, if you just say, you know what, I'm going to do hard labor and make good money for a few years, even if you then take that money and do whatever
Invest it
with
in
it,
something.
like, it's a great,
Yeah.
and then it's always a great fallback, until you become too old to do that. But, like, I mean, there's guys out there every day in their 50s. I see them. And it's beautiful too to be out in nature especially in the summertime. Granted, it's going to be cold some days or windy or whatever, but like it's a beautiful way to, I don't know, get out of civilization in some sense. You're on your own, self-made man. It would be a great streaming because it's so beautiful. Early morning on the water in Maine, it's crazy.
Yeah,
And I don't think
there's a lot of
there's
potential.
literally probably anyone in Maine who is lobstering and streaming, just because those guys tend not to be like
No,
guys
there
who
is.
want to do streaming, but there may be.
Guy named Jacob Knowles has 2 million subs. He's pretty
Yeah, there you
popular.
go.
That's kind of why I feel like this clamming channel, the YouTube part might be even bigger than the clamming.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah. Plus, you get females
right,
would be interested. You're a cool guy, right? You're a cool blue collar guy. Like,
Well, I'm not. That's why I thought Tom, if Tom was willing to do this, like he could be the star of the show. I could just help him with the,
exactly.
the
And Jeremy
equipment.
has said that he has no problem being a cameraman. I mean, that's super easy, right? So, well, anyways, however we can facilitate it, let me know. I think Jeremy's going to do this thing where he's going to burn out in the woods. At a certain point, he's going to be open to something, but I don't think we should be like begging him to do something for his own career, because like, I agree with you. Like, you just like, I'm not going to do that. Cause when does it end? Right. If I've got to beg you to do something that you should be motivated to do, that's never gonna, it's just too passive. So
Yeah. So I will tell you the thing we're still lacking. I bought a couple of rakes up here, but they're not the professional quality rakes that they have down there. That's why I tried to trade Grace work for a rake. I can go down
we'd
to
be
Rhode Island. There's
happy
people down there.
We'd be happy to toss that in. You know what I mean? We could even bring the boat up there. No problem.
Well, we'll figure it out. But
you'd have to facilitate it from there. And the problem is getting licenses and all that stuff when you don't have any commitment from anyone is like, that's been the problem.
I would have no problem getting the license and just going out and doing some searches and to find out where the clams are, if this is going to be viable. It might be viable as a YouTube channel, even if you aren't viable, as a clamming business.
But it makes sense for you
just
to do the
to
business
find out.
you're doing, and these guys to, right? I mean, like, obviously, economically speaking, like, you're not a clammer for a reason. You've got other work, so Like
Well,
it would
I
make
can do it
more
on the
sense for
weekends.
Jeremy to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, if he can get the license, but I don't mind. Like I could go out on the weekends and just go out. They tend to be in sheltered spots. See, that's why Narragansett Bay I think is perfect for them because you don't have the hard tides. So I'm not sure that we have the right clamming ground for those type of clams. We'll have to find out.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're here. I know they're here.
We've been in Maine. We vacationed there, and we saw all these little. It's like the little crags. It's not the ocean. It's the little crags and inlets that there, and that's why that boat has a particularly shallow draw, so it can go into shallow areas and not run aground. Which probably main boats aren't built like that. So it's like, a boat like this, it's like literally built for, you know what I mean? Like it's built a town away from us for Narragansett Bay, and largely like so. So
there are Roman
boats. It may be an advantage. Here. Oh yeah.
And but I think the lobstermen use them, but I think they use it because the lobsters will go up into riverbeds and areas where like our big boat couldn't go because, like you said, we didn't have the shallow draft. So there are people that do use them in that. I think there's a lot of potential here. Like the Scarborough Marsh might have these clams. We just have to go out and look.
Yeah, marsh. A lot of times it's relatively shallow water that ends up. You know, like when it's low tide, you can actually see the dirt on. You know what I mean? Like the sand. That's where they are in the shallows.
Sand.
They tend to be, I said gravel, mud, and sand are your best. I've been looking geographically where are the places where we're most likely to find them. But like I said, you guys have that giant area of all of Narragansett Bay. We don't have anything quite like that. So we'd be finding a little pocket here. That's the challenge. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyways, I'll let you get back to it. But thanks for calling in. Yeah. Hopefully Jeremy will hear
let me know what you guys. Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on.
I think a way to get I like your intuition of like, let's meet up somewhere before we make commitments to work. Let's just get Jeremy to feel like, okay, I'm among friends. Because I think he's paranoid. I think he's just like.
That's kind of my thought. Let's just check the vibe. Is this something we really want to try to? Because like I said, we've done this two times before, and it never materialized into anything. You know, nobody's getting YouTube famous off of these collabs, and so let's just see how things progress. And
do something really simple in which it's a few bucks, and if it doesn't work out, you leave. And if you feel comfortable, take it to the next step. That's what I feel like too.
Yeah, maybe axe throwing. We can maybe go to the axe pit in Maine. I don't know.
I know that probably of all of us, Jeremy feels the most comfortable with Montero, just because who wouldn't, right? Like Montero's not gonna trick you. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah,
so
but he might have plans this weekend. I don't know. He just said no. He didn't really give I think he was joking about being scared of the Irish. He might just have other things going on that he can't. So
but sometimes I'll tell you just like a little insight. New Bedford people, even though you say, well, Boston's local, to them it's like far away. You know what I mean? Because they're so Montero's a local guy, so I think he likes local stuff. You know, I think it's silly because people elsewhere in the United States don't understand. Like Boston for Rhode Islanders is like, oh, it's like that big city that's far away. It's just very local here. So maybe that's what's going on, maybe not, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for calling in, and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, let me know.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
See ya.
See you.
Dash, and I tell you,
the what would you do section, spiritual stuff. Hello.
It's so hard to coordinate people. You know what I mean? They have to want to do it, and then they say they do, and then they don't, and then they do, and then they don't.
I want to do it. Let's do it. Yeah. What would you do if you saw spirits? And like the ones I've seen, what would you do in these situations? What would you do if you saw like 4 girl angels, 1 guy angel, 3 girl angels, an Indian spirit, and this one chick who's alive with long black hair, and she's a Libra, and she's seeing them too because they're around her. And I'm like, why'd you sharing? And she's like, because they might lock me up. Who's they? find people to sit around you when the angels are with you, because obviously they're with you now, blah blah. And then have them see them too, because it's pretty easy if it's there already. But what would you do what would you do? Would you focus on which one would you focus on first? And what would you do if which I focused on the guy after I got done with the Indian, and the guy angel was holding a ball of light in his hand, floating, trying to give it to you? What would you do?
Really? That's cool.
Ball of light. She's like, oh, I accept those gifts all the time. Go ahead and take it. And I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? That's a red flag. This thing is already jealous a little bit because I have my own free will to be like, hey, what the hell is that? Why are you trying to offer it to me like I'm supposed to trust it like it's candy? Excuse me. Like Charlotte and Chocolate Factory or something. That's how I treated every spirit that tried to offer me something. Even if it was an angel, a beautiful angel with wings and freaking Down syndrome blue eyes and blonde, curly long hair. It looked like Avril Lavigne. Bad. In an alien way.
Dashton, have you always had these experiences, or was it a certain point in your life?
I just knew there was a better way of communicating, and then like the movies tell you all, like we can do more than just not do anything at all. And then so I started reading people and trying to see if I can hear their minds and crap, even in elementary school. And I'd get on let's see, MySpace in Playosville, and I would get on AOL and I would do psych. And so I met a psychic, and I was like, I don't know, probably like 11 or something, and then something like that. I don't know. And she really could do psychic stuff. I was doing them myself because I realized because I always wanted her to do it for my friends, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to do it myself, and because I don't know what happened, and I started practicing what she does, and I'm like, now I know what she's doing. It's just like.
But no one in your family does this.
They don't care. Don't care.
Okay.
But
so they're not super against it, but they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll show them like my evidence. Like, look, I recorded this person, this complete stranger, and I told them that look what I told them for an hour without astrology birth chart. It's just psychic reading by itself, just a Scorpio. And the rest is this. I'm seeing what their house looks like, what their dad looks like, and their backyard with horses look like, and every detail of what every horse looks like, kind of. And like one of them looked like half zebra, half horse. Like I didn't know that was real. That was
and what's their response?
Just like yes. It's recorded on my thing. Free psychic meaning evidence. Yeah, those are my recordings, but the other stuff, like, there's a lot of other
stuff. Do you have a channel that you do? This
is my channel, Dashtons Sunflower. Wait, Psychic Dash the Vampire Slayer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and I have
guys. You should sub to Psychic Dash and the Vampire Slayer and
get a free psychic reading or a free
psychic reading. I saw someone. I don't know. I wasn't able to. Someone was saying, "Do you do free readings?"
Always free.
In chat. Did you catch that person? Because
I don't do the typing bull crap. You expect too much out of me. I wanted to by voice and the phone, or is my favorite way to do it. But now I'm trying to learn to do it on here. And I've done it when someone was in the chat, which was my Scorpio co-host, Thoroughly 80. Hello. I could read her for some reason for a few moments of that day. And then and she was, I don't know, but like Grace is a freaking Scorpio, my best friend, but she's got Virgo rising. That's the queen of my queens because I'm a Pisces, look us first. And you can find out your own queen. I don't know what it would be, maybe because according to the right, whatever, something like that. Whatever everybody's seventh house is, and I'll be like her seventh house in Pisces. I'll be like something that she suggests for me. She's like, oh, I'm nothing like that. I'm Virgo rising, but they'll be attracting all these freaking Pisces losers that she'll see so different from her, and be like, I'm nothing like that, like an opposite from her. They'll be attracting to her.
So the reading is like telling you about yourself, not so much.
Birth chart. That's not the reading. The reading is like saying like you're wearing a hat with something gold on it, and there's something red next to you. I have no clue. And there's a closet back behind you, and the doorknob is on the left side of it, and it opens up. Is that correct? And just stupid, silly crap like that. Like, yeah. And then I'll be like, is there a cat or a dog in there that looks like this or that? Or whatever? Do you have a son? No, the thing that I picked up from Grace, really, for real, is that she's maternal and she has a little brother, and that was all I got.
That's definitely true because she basically was the like kind of surrogate mother for her 5 siblings, 4 boys.
Right on.
She has 4 brothers and 1 sister, but she hasn't been able to connect with them because of the divorce thing.
That's kind of stuff I would say if I could start seeing more of it one by one. I don't want anyone to tell me the story because that's cheating. But like, yeah, you're like for something.
So you can pick up on clues
just because you're family. Pick up on all the freaking light that is around you. You're stacked with light and materials, and that's what I pick up from y'all. Like the product of you and the products around you, the environment and the family of you. Especially if you're pregnant, you're haunted by a baby that has a soul that floats around your bubble and wants to talk to people. And I can just see it and tell you if it's a girl or boy and what it's going to look like and stuff. And that's so much fun.
That's
and
cool.
Exciting. Yeah. Yes. So exciting.
So that doesn't have to do with your birth anything.
No, that's totally psychic stuff, and astrology is totally different. Astrology is not psychic.
Oh,
just psychic alone, raw with the visions is it? You know what I mean?
Do you know I was born on Christmas Day? Is that an astrological thing? Not really, right?
I don't know, but you're Capricorn. That's all we need to know, bees. And then your 10th house, because your 10th house is the career, and it's ruled by Capricorn. It's like my favorite house. Everyone's 10th house is how we're on cameras, like right now. Capricorns and Pisces, me and you, we with little cameras, okay? Because we will Neptune. And
what did you say? A 10th house?
The 10th house, the 12 houses to the chart. Starting from Aries to Pisces, we all have it in our chart, but the sun sign, like your Capricorn, it's not the no deal. And I'm a Pisces, but on the cusp of Aquarius, leaning more towards Pisces in the sun, right? And then we have a moon sign too, and mine's moon in Aquarius, the true friend and the mental intuitive.
I can see that. Yeah,
feeling type of person. You know what I mean? And then when you get close to each other, you can feel people's emotions. And like, then when we find out what they are, that's what you're getting. Like if you have a moon in Libra, it's intoxicatingly beautiful to be around your vibe because it feels so good. It makes people feel like they're got butterflies and they have a crush on you. Even if they're a hateful piece of crap, two-faced, hypocritical monster, you still have vibes from them. And it's like, ooh, charming. Yes.
So it's December 25th. Is that Capricorn leaning towards something, or is that just in the middle?
I don't know because I'm a Pisces. I'm done. I don't know, but I'll see. I'll look but like mostly the cusp is like on the 20th or something of everything. Like 4/20, April 20th is Aries cusp Taurus or Taurus cusp Aries, and you can lean one bit more towards.
Oh, because usually 1 month for each sign.
That
makes sense. 12 signs, 12 months.
I'm not good at numbers and stuff, or even telling how old you are. If you told me the date that you're born, I'm just trying to look for the information like month, day, year, and time, birth, and city and state that could relate to the same time zone as where you were born. You don't have to tell me your real city and state because I'm not about doxing. I'm all about privacy. Give me all that private info. And
I don't care about doxing.
And then I won't, tell nobody. Obviously, no one's complaining about me going, "Oh, you told them my birthday." I'm like, hell no, it ain't about that. I have to have
people make too much of a big deal about that. I think
it is a big deal though. And I when you have psychos that are in your environment yourself, and then you have other psychos that are distant, and it's a completely different story and a totally nightmare. And
it can be bad.
Live with someone who really wants to.
Yeah. No, I spent 6 months of my life having like hundreds of people try to figure out where I was to call the cops because I was spending time with my daughter. Big deal,
They got the wrong ideas. Y'all are good.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's always difficulties.
The terrifying trauma of that in itself. Like, what the hell? Then you have to adapt to it, and the way y'all's doing it is the way you're doing it, and it's comedic anyway. So let it be.
Yeah, exactly. We just went to a parking lot yesterday to do this thing of hiding a clue, and the security guys came out, and they're harmless. They're just saying like it's private property, but she was like, because of all of our previous stuff, she was like freaked out by it, and whatever, it is what it is. It's I don't think we're in that kind of territory because the police have largely left us alone. And I mean, what do we do that's going to cause like police to be concerned? Nothing. So
besides you smoking in the house, and that's the only thing that's the most horrible, and it's just detrimental as F and terrible. Like,
no, I think tobacco's okay.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Poison ivy.
You think tobacco is evil?
Yeah, it's not. But hey, to each his own. Go outside and get over it. No one's gonna protect you from secondhand smoke. Like I said, the angel can't protect you from that. Though, the soul is the only thing that's eternal. These sacks of bodies, whatever they are what they are. But it's like so much evolved because we have a soul with our bodies now. Yes, so it's like evolution. From being a freaking alien with no mouth and just being telepathic all the time. But now we got a body and we can talk and go blah, 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 blah. And that's so much better than being psychedelic all the time in the spiritual realm of bullshit.
Yeah, I think I'll stop smoking when I'm less stressed. I only started smoking when I was 40. I didn't really ever smoke before then. But stress, it's a stress thing.
But but we are to each own. We have our own free will to do this to ourselves, no matter how they're rooting for us. The spirits or whatever is around, they can't do nothing physical. They're not doing anything. Hello, like I wish if I get tapped into more, see what they can do. Let's try them out. That's what I want to do. But they're only want to message the person that they're around, and that's about really what's going on. I can't get them to be like, hey, can you do something for me? Can you tell me something? No, because I don't give a fuck either way. I'm not asking you. You don't owe me nothing. I just want to encounter you, and that's it. And that's good enough for me. I don't care what you are, what creature you are. It's there. What's there. I gotta observe it and be like, yeah. And I can tell people these insane stories, but they're actually running with confirmation and witnesses. And I'm not lying to myself and not delusionally psychosis myself or something. It's something that other people are seeing too at the same time as me. And it's just a miracle. Whoopee, and always for free because that's the only way I get a hold of God and get encounters with Jesus and tell you all about this blah 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 bullshit that can still be boring. And life goes on. Nothing stopped for me.
Yeah. Do you ever run across like dark spirits, or do you think that that's a thing?
Yeah, that is a thing. That's the whole the thing, just the dark and the light bullshit. Like literally, who cares about your morals? You still have the light. You do as best you can, do what the fuck you want to. But and then there's these dark demons that have void of light beings. That's what they are. You can't help them, and they can't help you. And you just got to keep your distance because they'll give the dark of void of light. And we're just light beings. It's an opposite magnet, but it's like literally a being. Like I don't know how the fuck that happened or how they became like that. And they have a black. This one has blue eyes and a black robe. Where do you get your shit? And you're all pale and bald and shit and long fingernails and but cool teeth and but all rotteny and stuff. And he was crazy. He was going like this. Like in this baby carriage room, he was putting his hand in there and smelling it like this with his hands like like flat, like what a freaking
that's crazy.
Man. That's fucking nasty. And like I'm not the only one seeing this demon dude. Okay, like literally this is on the Reign of Tears or something land or some shit, and it's by a church and some stuff. And like I mean like this is where it's haunted. Not everyone's haunted. Not everything's haunted. The only way I can tap into spiritual is when I tap into spiritual because you have some spirits around you, or you have someone who has a spirit around them, and I can read something in someone interesting in your freaking life if that's around you. I can pick up, and they might have some more interesting thing around their life that I can just do that and that's how that can work too. Whatever. But what would you do if the angel that tried to give you this ball light, he's a guy angel, like we're around this Libra girl, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with that?
I don't know. I've never had those experiences.
And what would you do if a demon says, I can make you powerful? What would you do? First time you got to see a demon, like what the hell is this? Didn't know that was real. And then here's your best friend trying to read pretty ass prayers on the Bible, ain't doing nothing. And like you can say Jesus, and he may or may not come. Or maybe what happened, which did happen, was this we went into a different room and this blob of black light started flying around. We thought it was a bird, but it's not. And there was a small ball of light that I followed while this blob of light followed it. And then I saw the ball of light get bigger like this. And then I focused on it and it started filling me with this cloud of white light. And then the demon blob just disappeared out of my view. And I was, my bubble popped up before this happened. And then it was able to have all this cloud of white light come while this ball of light, giving this to me or something, because the dark void of light is protecting me in the light that I'm already inherently have or whatever. Like we all own this light because we're in the light, or do we going to be taken all away from us because we're a brat or something? I don't know, but
Well, our friend Nikki is here from Wales in England.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Dashton. Can you do me a reading?
Always, anytime. Get on my channel, catch me outside, and we will do.
Can you do it now? Can you do it
like
now?
the psychic stuff. I don't know. Let me try to do it. I just think if you ever
Try to do it now.
great, but I don't
Go
know.
on.
Oh, I picked up on something. Okay.
Dashton, try and do it now.
I don't think I can reach. Okay. Let's try to do it.
Right. I'm.
Do you have black hair? Black hair. Right. Let's do the guessing.
Connecting to you, right? I'm connecting to you psychically by you now, right?
No.
See. No, honestly, try and see if you can pick anything up. You should, because I got a lot of tragedy.
You said you got black hair.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like.
Is that correct, Nikki?
I don't got. You're not a wishing fortune teller person.
Do you have black hair?
Yeah, you have black short hair.
You know, I have dark brown hair.
Dark brown hair. Is it short?
It was long. I've had it cut short up to my shoulders. Yeah.
Boom.
That's okay. Well, then I don't know. Are you like? Are you tan looking? You have like puppy dog eyes or something? Are you short?
I have got puppy dog eyes, but I'm not tanned.
What? You're not tan?
No, I haven't got a suntan. Like I'm not.
Yeah, like
you don't have any sun in Wales, am I right, Nikki?
No. Oh no, Ben. We don't always bloody rain in you.
It's always cloudy, so you're maybe as tanned as you could be.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. If just my imagination gets in and it's all wrong, then you get to see that delusion.
Well, I'm a Virgo.
If I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. But when I'm not, I mean, I'm not. And we can't lie to ourselves, you know. We can't just be psychic 24 hours. I wish. That's why I need to find some element to find my psychic ability to get it.
Would it be easier for you if Nikki was cammed up?
No, I mean, if she's not readable, it's a dead end. I can't help you.
I think you've been doing a good job.
What?
I think you've been doing a good job.
No, it's not correct. Like, I want to see a real clear vision and then stay on that and then see if they'll give me any more. Or that.
Well, as we're chatting, maybe something.
Do you have a little brother? Yes or no?
Did I have what? Yeah. Did I have what? A younger brother?
Okay. One little brother. Don't tell me nothing else.
Yes.
Yes. You have one little brother, and it could be more. I don't fucking know, but don't tell me because it's a cheating ass bullshit, bitch. Like to tell me.
Honestly, I had a younger brother. Yes.
Okay, so we'll stick with that. One by little one. That's about it.
And I'm quite surprised you said that because
you don't have to tell me. I don't care. I want to tell you.
No. When I've wanted to go and have a reading, I always thought to myself, the first person that would come through was my brother.
Oh, is he? So he's passed away?
Yeah.
Okay, then that was something good. Let's get with that. Okay.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm
you know. Don't tell me no.
When you said that, I won't tell you anything else.
I didn't know. I just was like little brother, and then everything just disappeared. And I was like, I guess freaking hair and how you looked or some bullcrap, but it's probably wrong too. But I mean, it's not nothing. It could be just little things like that, and a little bit more comes from it. But I can't.
Yeah, as we talked, and maybe more will come through.
I don't see nothing yet. It's like blurry. I mean, I can't control what I see because it's not my imagination.
No, I know that.
Bullshit.
I know it don't work like that. It gets in my
way and gets me in another web, and I'm like, oh, I was trapped in my imagination when I could be over here somewhere in this light that's outside of me and inside of you or some shit inside of me, like a little flash of the pan showing me shit, and I'll be like, yeah, and then I know. See if you even got anything readable in your elements, and just make me comfortable. But like afterwards or during, but get on my channel.
Yeah.
Let's try to read Grace. She's got the psychic energy.
Yeah, quite Grace.
Grace just came back. She just did a great job. Dropping some stuff off. Dashin, Grace, two of your great friends here, Dashin and Nikki, and the chat is doubting Dashton, but Dashton just correctly said a lot of things about Nikki, including the thing that Nikki most thought that if she ever had a reading would come out, which is that she has a younger brother who passed away tragically.
Really?
Yeah. And I picked up on your little brother, and you're a fraternal girl, and you have a little brother, but I know you might have other siblings, but that was my main one that I picked up on. That was it. If I would call it the flash of man of the vision. for you, Gracie. Okay, beep. And so I'm picking up her little brother too. So something about that. And on my digital hygienist, I was sitting laying there and I'm like, do you have like a son or something? And I got up and I turned around and I saw the spirit around her and it looked just like her, but it was like her son and spirit, all ages. And I told her that, and I was like, right, because she says, you know what, I am pregnant and with a son. She don't come to work saying I'm pregnant all day. I'm a Scorpio. She's a Scorpio, and they keep it all secret. You know, they don't have to announce that they're pregnant or something kind of thing. They tell you what you want to hear, or what they want you to hear, and they're not gonna. They keep all their secrets. Like, you know, like that was so awesome. Just have every bond I have with the Scorpios make me laugh so freaking hard. It's so funny. Like they're like
Muted.
they say.
Tanya, are you great?
We are, bitch.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hey.
Ooh,
I can't hear.
it's all done.
OPC said he's totally lying.
I said, hey, what's going on? Don't worry about it. It's all blank. It's all good. It's all good. Like, I don't give a shit about that shit. I don't know, but doubt me all you want and come at me on my channel and try to let me read you. And if I can't read you, I'll record that too. It'll be fine. And then when I found somebody that's readable, then you'll know I'm not lying and I'm just trying to get back to my psychic self again and do what it wants me to. Like what your stuff. Oh, well. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. I don't know. Oh, it's just me and you. Yeah.
Dashy.
Yes. Hello
We're gonna let you go to make plans because we kind of got to get out of here. But it was very nice
Okay.
talking to you. Thank you for
Nice to meet you again.
thank you for holding it down while I was gone.
I had a great talk.
I was getting a lot of exercise in. I was unloading the RV.
Yes.
He's the real deal.
Bye. Yeah, he is. Love you.
Everybody.
All right, switch it. Need the earphones on.
What?
Move the camera.
Where?
Like, so it catches both of us. All right, you want to call Jeremy? All right, sure.
Yeah, we got some new info for him.
Guys, we're out of the apartment. Like, 99%. There's just a couple things, like some food in the fridge or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna mute for a second.